Today I have two beautiful koi here. They're not the same variety, and it's worth explaining the differences. Over here on the right side, we have a Doitsu Showa. It can get very confusing sometimes to tell the difference between Showa and Sanke. Sanke should not have black on the head. So when you see that black on the head, that is a indication you're dealing with a Showa. It's a misconception that Showa always have black in the pectoral fins, known as motoguro. That's not always the case, especially with modern Showa. Modern Showa can sometimes have more white in it, can be very difficult to tell, can even confuse experts. The big difference between a Sanke and a Showa is Showa are born dark and Sanke are born yellow. And you're not always gonna 100% know for sure, but there's often indications, such as with this fish. So this would classify as a Showa. People will often look at a leather skin koi like this and say, oh, that's a Doitsu. But Doitsu is just part of the classification. What kind of Doitsu is it? And I'm actually very impressed because look at the peduncle on that individual. I do believe it's a male. Look at how thick that oya bone is. It can sometimes be difficult to tell, but I do believe that's a male. Not really important, at least for the discussion of this video. Whether it's a male or a female, it really only has importance when you want to breed a fish or when you want to show fish, as females tend to have better bodies. That is a beautifully thick peduncle. This is a much bigger koi than this individual. Much better built. You can see the peduncle on this fish is not as big. Now the fish on the left-hand side is also a Showa, or a Showa variant, whereas this one is a Doitsu Showa. The individual on the left is a Keen Showa, a metallic Showa. It does look like there is some yellowing on the head, some breaks in the metallic quality. It's a very beautiful fish, but the head bothers me a little bit. It is not quite as clear as I would like. Beautiful red, uniform across both fish. Beautiful metallic luster. It's only really the head that's an issue for me. Let's evaluate the black. Now the big thing between Doitsu and Wagoi, you'll notice that the Doitsu has a much clearer pattern, much more clean cut. The thing about the Wagoi, the fully scaled fish, is you can see that the pattern is broken up a little bit by the scales. So in a sense, this is better. Doitsu, however, are often not really show fish. Now, of course, you can enter a Doitsu into a show. This is a very beautiful Doitsu. But if I was serious about competition, I might think twice about investing into a Doitsu. Because as the fish gets older, they start getting these little wrinkles in their skin. And that's because they don't have scales to keep the skin together, so their skin starts to sag a little bit. You'll notice that the black on this Keen Showa is not quite as dark. That's to be expected because it is a metallic Showa. It's not a normal Showa Sansoku, this is a Keen Showa. And that metallic luster does make it very difficult for the black to be pitch black. If it was pitch black, excellent. But because this is a metallic variety, I'm not as, for lack of a better term, anal about the black not being as dark as it should be because it's a metallic variety. If it was darker, great. It's not the end of the world. If I had to judge these fish at a show, and if I was a qualified koi judge, which I'm not willing to get that qualification at the moment, I would prefer this fish. This is the higher quality fish for me.